New Haven was one of the first cities to pass one of these resolutions. In fact, we were number 2. We passed our resolution on October 6th. I want to point out a very significant fact, which is that I was the sole sponsor of this resolution. I wasn't able to get any co-sponsors. No Democrat wanted to step up to the plate at this early stage and co-sponsor this anti-war resolution. The reason for that has to do with the dynamics of the National Democratic Party. Among the worst was the New Haven resident Joseph Lieberman, the senator from Connecticut, who remains one of the shrillest, most strident, and one of the most vehement hawks in the American political system. So for that reason, the word came down from on high that it was not a good idea for us to support this resolution, and the Democrats did what they could to prevent through using parliamentary means from preventing this resolution to come to the floor. Well, it turned out that they misjudged the people of New Haven fairly seriously. A firestorm of protest resulted when word got around that the Democrats were trying to prevent this resolution from coming to the floor, and hundreds, and literally hundreds of calls were made to local alder people from around the city that their constituents wanted them to step up to the plate and get this resolution passed. So, the resolution did eventually come to the floor, and there was a debate, and there was eventually a vote, and the vote was 26-2 in favor of the resolution. Now, this margin, I want to make very clear, is quite misleading. There were numerous Democrats that were dragged kicking and screaming in support of this resolution. The only reason why they recognize they have to support it is because the New Haven Green Party has demonstrated that we present a real present challenge to the Democratic Party in New Haven. They knew perfectly well that we would make this a campaign resolution, and we have demonstrated already that we have the means to carry out our threats. When we want to knock off a Democrat, we have the means to do it, and if they're going to give us an issue to do it, all the better. We've shown that we have the means to take care of them and use those issues. So the reason why the resolution passed at this very early stage by this extreme margin of 26-2 is because the Greens have shown that they have a hammer that they can use, and it's a hammer that will be used increasingly as Greens take over city councils and have representation in state government and hopefully eventually on the national level. We ran a very strong congressional candidate against Rosa DeLauro, who was the Democrat from the New Haven region. Rosa DeLauro was wavering on her opposition to the authorization for the war. She was originally intending to vote with the president and endorse the authorization. In the face of the Green Party challenge from Charlie Pillsbury, who was a very energetic and a very articulate Green, DeLauro was forced to come out in opposition to the authorization for the use of force, and she did that in the context of a debate against the Green congressional candidate. So even when the Greens lose, even when the Greens run strong symbolic candidates, they can have an effect in showing that the will of the people is what we know the will of the people is. Namely, people do not want to go to war, as they've shown again and again and again. The Green Party is now one of the major means by which the will of the people is being represented and is actually being implemented in the political system in this country.